What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Talk Reviews episode 212, and on today's episode we are going to be ranking the World Cup kits / jerseys for the Nike teams. Now we got a bunch of Nike ones. We got the home and the aways. We're going to be doing both in this episode, so let's get straight into it. So yes, we're going to be talking about all the Nike uniforms for the World Cup teams plus the playoff teams. We have a lot of teams to go through because we got 2 uniforms for every team. If you guys want to go check out the past episodes, episode 188 and the most previous episode 211, those are both the Adidas ones. We split those ones up into home and aways because Adidas split those ones up on release day. So we had the home ones at 188 and the away ones at 211. So you guys want to go check those ones out, see my opinions on those. Those are out now on the channel, both audio and YouTube. But today we are talking about everything from the Nike kits. So let's get straight into it because we got a lot of uniforms to talk about. We'll start off with Australia. So we'll do every team home and away. It might just be different formatting between home and away. Who's that? But we're starting about both uniforms. We'll start off with Australia here. They have a green uniform with orange top as the away uniforms. Personally, don't mind the colors. I actually don't hate it. I think it could be a tad bit better when it comes to colorizing the bottom of the uniform, but as a whole, I do not hate it, actually. I think a lot of people might not like this. I'm giving it a B. I think it could be a little bit better, but again, do not hate the uniform. Next up, Australia's gold uniforms, the classic gold with the green. Don't think anything was wrong with this one. Also there in the B. I think I like the away uniform just a tad bit better because of the originality. I don't think we've seen a uniform like that from Australia. Again, I could be wrong, but I don't remember anyone seeing that. Where we have seen the gold and green before, and they didn't do too much with the design. I like the team badge. I think the team badge looks nice. Both, I think, are very good uniforms, so I give them both B ratings. We'll move on to one of the hosts, Canada, in here. Canada's red uniform has a kind of a split design here with 2 different shades of red at the very bottom, kind of coming up to the top. You had that Canadian leaf piercing up through the middle. I don't mind the design. I think it looks pretty nice from afar. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see that, but it just looks like a normal red uniform. Up close, you'll definitely be able to see it. I saw, again, most of these uniforms in person at the Pele store at Downtown Disney in Anaheim, so I was able to see a good amount of these uniforms and have better opinions about them. Canada was one of those teams I did see both the home and aways, and I did like them more in person than I did online on videos and pictures. So I'm giving Canada a B here. I think the hosts could have done maybe a tad bit better, a little bit less out there, but yet again, for what the you see me wearing it, the US did, I don't think it's the craziest design we could see from a team. So I don't really mind it. I'm giving it a B rating, very respectable there. Canada's other uniform, a black uniform with a kind of a glass breaking design on the front almost, but incorporated in there is a little bit of some maple leaves in there, which I think is a nice little touch, and the red really coming out in a little bit of the piping on the arms and on the logo and manufacturer logo. I think the red coming out on that black looks so good. It looks nice and bright. I'm also giving it a B. I think it's just a little bit not quite an A in my opinion, but I think that red piercing through that uniform looks super good. Really nice uniform for Canada. Moving on to France now. We'll start off with the home kids. The blue with an interesting pattern design on the front. It looks like a rose gold is the logo color, plus the collar being a actual like polo shirt collar in white. I think it kind of missed the mark. I think I like a couple past blue uniforms from France better. So I'm giving this one a C. Again, I think it could have been better. And then we'll move on to the away uniforms, which is like a mint color, which I think is a lot better than their home uniform. So I think their away uniform is a lot better here. That mint color looks really nice. Not too much going on with the design, but I think the color just stands out so much. And for France, it's not something we've seen before. Give me an A rating for that. I really do like this jersey. Moving on, we got England now. We'll start off with the red uniform. The red doesn't have much from afar, but up close it has some patterns in there. You kind of see a lion head. I don't know if it's any making out like kind of words there in the pattern. I can't really tell from that. But again, I'm not going off of what the designs, why they made the designs, just the designs themselves, the colors, and the orientation of the uniforms. So based off of that, I don't really mind it. I'm giving it a B. I like the red for England. It's such a classic color in my opinion, much better than going with like a dark blue. That red with that crest logo looks very good. I don't mind it actually being in the center either. I think a lot of people don't like center logos. I think if it's done well, like this one, I think it looks fine. Now move on to their home uniforms, which is the white uniform, which I think is better than the red, and I will rate it a here. So I do like that uniform, a little more classic looking, but I do like the colors on the piping and down the arms, which you can see here on the US one that I'm wearing, that piping up on the arms and down the sides too. You have a little bit different colors here. It's just the template. I think this template looks a lot better than the 2022 Nike template there. So well done, Nike, when it came to the template there. And I think England did well incorporating the colors very well here. Again, I like it better. So I'm giving it an A. We'll move on to Brazil. We'll go with the gold uniform first, the classic home uniform. Again, I don't think it's anything special. We've seen it before. Give me a C here. I don't have a Brazil jersey in my collection. That'd be one I'd like to get. If it's this one, cool. If it's not, the next one's going to look pretty damn similar to that. So I think for that sake, middle of the pack, it's not bad, but we've seen it before, in my opinion. And then Brazil's blue and black uniform, actually made by the Jordan brand, which obviously is a branch off the Nike brand here. So we're including it in this tier list. I'm one of those people that actually does not really like it too much. I didn't mind it when it first dropped. I saw it in person and it just did not do anything more for me. So for that sake, I'm giving it a C. I think that might be a hot take. I think a lot of people do like this jersey. It just doesn't do enough for me here. I don't mind it. If I had it, cool. If I don't, it's not going to be the end of the world. So I'm giving it a C. We'll move on to China, a team that I don't think a lot of people see a lot of their uniforms. I actually have a China jersey. That is their, I believe, the women's kit. I found it at Ross one day. It was a teal China jersey. Did not have China, so I thought I might as well pick it up. They did not go any teal. They went red, and it looks like either black or really dark blue here with the yellow logos. Nothing special. I actually don't mind the red one though. So I'm giving that one a B. We'll move on quickly to the away one, which is a gold uniform with the red accents here. I do not like this uniform. I think the yellow does not work here in this primary color with that red. I'm giving it a D here. So the first D rating of the episode. It could be a lot better to me. If you're going to use yellow, they missed the mark. So both uniforms are kind of boring, but I think the red actually looks good when it comes to the coloring. Next up, we got Croatia. Croatia has had some controversial uniforms, especially at the World Cup recently. Not a lot of people like the 2022 one. I'm also in that boat. I did not like the big checkerboard. I like that they went back to the smaller checkerboard here, but I do not understand the striping down the middle. I understand it makes the numbers pop out a little bit better here, but I kind of just want to see a classic all checkerboard Croatian jersey. I don't know why we can't get that anymore. So for that sake, I'm giving it a C here. Again, the striping down the middle is just weird in my opinion. Give me a full checkerboard with maybe a little bit phased out in the middle, or don't even phase it out. Put the blue numbers on a checkerboard and call it good. The back numbers will still be eligible to see from afar, where the front one might be a little bit more difficult, but it's the uniform I think everybody wants. So Croatia, not bad, better than the last one, but they missed the mark as well. Their blue one, which is classic right now. We've seen the blue before. They went with a little bit of a lighter blue with that dark blue as the other checkerboard color. Again, a C. It's the same template. They just swapped the colors, and I think the red one's a little bit better, but I don't like either of them as much to put it into a B rating. And we'll move on to Netherlands. This was, we'll start off with the away. This is one that I did see in person and loved it in person. This is a big A for me. I think the stripe down the middle, I think a lot of people don't like that. I love it. I like the badge being in the middle. That black logo being the primary logo looks so good. They nailed this one out of the park, in my opinion. Netherlands uniform looks great. I would love to have this in my collection. Now, moving on to the orange one. I don't think the orange one looks bad. Seen in person, it really is a bright orange, and I think for that sake I wouldn't wear that much of an orange color as just an everyday wear kind of thing. To a soccer game though, obviously you know what team that is. I'm giving it a C. I think the design is just a little bit boring. It does match the home one a little bit, but they're missing the stripe, but they went with the badge down the middle. I think if you move that badge up to over the heart, like a traditional one, I think it would look a little bit better. I'd probably bump it up to a B. But with that being down the middle, I think just kind of misses the mark, kind of messes out the balance here of the uniform. Heading over to Korea, we'll start off with the red home uniform. I actually like it. I think it looks fine. There's nothing special going on with it, but I think the colors always look good with that red for Korea, so I'm giving it a B rating. Now going on to the aways, which is a lavender color plus white in there. I really like this uniform. I did not see the Korea red uniforms in person, but I saw the purple or lavender color. Really liked the lavender color. Really would like to have that in my collection. Give me an A rating for that. That looks very nice in my opinion. Moving on to Norway, we'll start off with the Reds. I think the Reds, they nailed it out of the park. You can't ask for a much better uniform. Slotting it into the A. You got that plus coming in from the flag. Inside of it, I think is like a almost like a Viking pattern. I can't think of the name right now. Very cool looking pattern inside of the blue striping, which you won't tell from afar, but up close looks very nice. The badge stands out even on that stripe, which is kind of a little bit busy with the badge, but I don't think it really matters too much. They nailed it out of the park. To see Erling Haaland in the World Cup is going to be awesome. To see him wearing this uniform at the World Cup is going to be even more better. Even better, I think is grammatically correct. Regardless, it's an A rating. It looks great. Now going on to their black uniform or their away uniform, I think they missed the mark big time here. I don't like this uniform at all. I think they could have done a lot better. I'm giving it a D rating. There's another jersey that's coming up that's similar to it, and I'll tell you the difference and why I like the other one coming up better. But for the sake of just talking about this one, I think it's just a little bit too hard to read. And it does not scream Norway to me, where the first one screams Norway, love it. I think the second one, they could have gone into maybe the blue being the primary and not black. And I miss that color. So I'll give it a D rating, unfortunately. Heading over to Poland. Now, these are two uniforms, very similar, not really much going on. I'm going to talk quickly about the white one here. I like the designs down the side and on the arms. I think that looks better than the one upcoming, but I'm giving this one a C. I think it's boring. The design down the middle is nothing there, but the arms and underneath the arms looks very nice. I like that touch. Now, talking about the red one, I think the red one's worse. There's really nothing going on. You can't really see any design stylization in this down the arms. There is a pattern in the uniform, but it just doesn't do enough for me. I like the white one, but I'm still going to give it a C rating. We're heading over to Slovenia, where Slovenia kind of going off of their hockey Olympic jerseys, using that mountain range down the middle as a striping. The hockey team did very good when it came to designing these. The soccer team, not so much. I think the blue is a little bit off here. I think it could be better. I'm giving that one a D. Where the white one is the same thing. The color's inverse with the striping a little bit more prominent, being that different color, which I like better. So give me that into the C. I don't understand the jewel down in the middle of the uniform. It's got to do something with the nation there or the team itself. But for the sake of the rankings, the white one getting the C, the dark one getting a blue, or the blue getting a D, excuse me. Next up, we got Turkey. I think Turkey missed the mark on both these uniforms. We'll start with the red one. It's the white or the stripe down the middle, which is in a lighter red than the base of the uniform. They got no, I guess, federation logo, so they just put their flag in the middle. Missed opportunity to really do something special here. The last two World Cups have not looked good, and they're not going to look good again for uniform wise. So I'm giving that a D there. I do not like this uniform. For the white uniform, same color as the base of the last one with the same pattern, same stripe down the middle, but that dark color is in there. So the lighter red, white obviously is the base here. It's only the flag down the middle, not a federation logo. I'm giving it a D here. I do not like this uniform at all. Really kind of missed the mark. Honestly, actually, I'm going to take it back. I'm going to put Turkey's red uniform at the F level and keep the white one at a D, because I think the white one's just a tad bit better, but man, they are both pretty bad. Heading over to Nigeria. Now, I think this is a controversial jersey. A lot of people like Nigeria jerseys when it comes to World Cup time. The white one has like these green and darker green flames all around the white here. It's out there. It's got something going on. I'm going to put this in a C. I don't mind the colors. I actually think the colors look really nice. The design is really out there. Why flames? But whatever, I guess. So I'm giving it a C. I don't really mind it. But we'll move on to the darker uniform, which is all out there right out the gate. I'm giving it a D. I don't really understand where this is going. This reminds me of like a goalie uniform with all those colors. And honestly, if you playing against a team that wears a busy uniform when it comes to the goalies, it looks exactly the same. I would expect everybody to look like a goalie out there. So I'm giving it a D rating for me. We'll move on to Uruguay, where we'll start off with that Black Panther inspired looking uniform, the away uniform for Uruguay. I think a lot of people do like this. I'm one of those that actually doesn't mind it. I'm giving it a B rating. I love that they put the badge in the middle. It really does balance out the uniform. I don't mind the design at the top. I think it looks actually pretty good. So really nothing to complain about. It's just not on the scale for A for me. So I'm giving that a B rating. And Uruguay going with the traditional light blue with the white accents as their home uniform. We've seen it before. I'm giving it a C because if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But I think there's better C level jerseys here. But it's definitely not as bad as a D uniform. And last, we'll move on to the last host, United States. We'll start off with the one I'm wearing, the stripes with the crazy red and white stripes, the flag inspired uniform, with on the picture on the front, you'll see it has a blacked out space for the uniform number, where you could get uniforms without it. I have one without it. So depending on which ones you buy, you have to watch out for that. If you want to get it customized, you could still put the logo or the number on the front without, with the stripes going through, but it will be harder to see. So I don't mind that they had it here on these uniforms as the base uniform for the players, so you could see the numbers. The back of the uniform is all blank, so it's definitely easy to read. But just talking about the front of the uniform here, I really like this. I mean, it was one of those uniforms that we've seen for the past couple months being leaked potentially. And right when it dropped the first week, I had to go to my local store and pick it up. Can't wait to get that next uniform, which I don't have. But this uniform is a nail, they hit it out of the park. It's a great uniform. Can't say anything better. Giving it an A. We'll move on to the blue uniform, which is the stars part of the flag. Great contrast, the dark, the light, you put them together, it looks like the United States flag. I'm giving this one an A also. Call me biased, whatever you like. I like the red accents in there. I love the silver logo of the manufacturer and the team logo. The numbers actually look pretty good in that silver. At first I thought it was gonna be really hard to read, but seeing them in person, it really isn't all that bad to read. So really good combination uniforms for the US here, both getting A's in this one. Now, if you watch the other uniforms, the Adidas ones, you saw that our top uniforms, I collectively picked my favorite and put only one in the S rating. Now, for these ones, we have France's mint uniform, England's white uniform, Netherlands' white uniform, Korea's lavender uniform, Norway's red uniform, and the United States home and away uniforms in the A column. So now taking that, we got to choose one of these into the S. Now, talking about the US, I think this one is better than the blue one, so I'm not going to put the blue one in the S. I like the England one, but I don't think it's better than the US one, so I'm not going to put that up there. Same with the France. I don't think it's better than the US one. So we got Netherlands, Korea, Norway, and the US. I might be biased. I had the US one in person, so I see it every day. I like the design. I've never gotten tired of it. I like the little pinstripes of blue and underneath the arms here, on the arms, on the collar. So I think the colors all match well. I think Norway's looks very good with the flag inspiration as well. I might just be a sucker for flags at this point because both flag uniforms are in this top rating here. But as a whole, I've seen all 4 of these uniforms in person. I gotta give it to the Netherlands. I think the Netherlands uniform is amazing. I don't know why people are hating on this one online. I think it looks great. I think the colors look good. Yeah, the orange is so bright and vibrant. Having it is just a solo stripe down the middle, plus a little bit in the collar and on the arms, I think is just enough. You're not asking for too much. It's not overpowering, and the white is still the prominent color. You think of that uniform, you're thinking white over orange, where the other one, you're thinking just orange. And I think this is a great balance between both the home and away, despite the away being down low for me. I think, or for the home being low, the away is just so much better than that one. I love this uniform. Can't wait to find it in my size and be able to have it in my collection. So that is going to be my S rating for the video. But what do you guys think? Do you guys agree? Do you guys disagree? Do you guys like my ratings? Do you guys think my ratings is too harsh or too kind on some of the uniforms? What do you guys have as your S uniform of the Nike drop? But make sure you guys hit the like, subscribe to the podcast so you guys are notified when episodes like this drop. Plus, if you guys haven't already, check out the Adidas episodes. We had 2 episodes for that, episode 188 and 211. Both talking about the efforts, or both talking about the homes and aways separately. So make sure you guys check out those. Also check out the Instagram and the TikTok, because we are posting stuff on that to keep you guys up to date on what's going on with the podcast and anything else behind the scenes. So make sure you guys check out those. But thank you guys so much. Have an awesome rest of your day, and we'll see you guys real soon.